What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. And surprise, surprise, I am sick again, and that is why I'm not on the video. But regardless of that, we are going to talk about the best skill points that you can give to your players in FC Mobile, because skill points have changed, not for the older players but for the newer cards that we have in the game right now, especially the newer cards. And just to be clear, this doesn't mean that only the anniversary players are going to have these new skill boosts or the skill points, as you say. Any new player that comes will have these new skill points, and a lot of people are confused about what skill points they should give to their players. But actually, it's not that difficult to decide, because you don't even have a choice. I mean, if we look at this Toni Kroos card and you look at the skill points, you don't have any choice. You have to give this central midfielder skill points twice. Then you don't have any other choice but to give him this playmaker skill points twice. And then the only choice you get is from these additional skill points, which are not really that difficult to decide, to be honest. Before that, we had a really tough choice to decide what kind of skill points we have to give to our players, because of course we had three different choices. For the midfielders, we had to choose between awareness, box to box, or even the passing skill points. But now you don't really have that choice, and most of the skill points come built in, and you only get to give one additional skill point to either of the boosts that are available on the player. And we're gonna talk about that in depth about some of these cards. First of all, let's try it with the CMs, because most of the time the CMs and any midfielder in particular are the most difficult to decide these kind of things. And as we've already seen the Toni Kroos card, after giving him the playmaker skill points, which are kind of perfect for Toni Kroos, we do get to decide between dribbling, awareness, and physical. So what do you want to give to your Toni Kroos depends on what kind of role he has in your squad and where you want to play him, because I don't think dribbling is going to be his best option, because this Toni Kroos card is a deep-lying playmaker, and he suits best if you play him in the middle of the park. You shouldn't give him a too attacking or too defensive role, and I think he thrives better if you play him as a deep-lying playmaker. And if you look at this awareness skill points, he gets awareness, positioning, and vision. Awareness is basically for those kind of players which run all across the pitch. So you want to give awareness to those players particularly who are attacking and defending at the same time. In the case of Toni Kroos, he has medium work rates, so I think awareness can work fine with Toni Kroos, but you don't want to give awareness to players which have medium high or high medium work rates. I think it is not going to be 100% compatible. Another choice we have is, of course, the physical skill points, which will give you aggression, strength, and balance. And I think physical is the best skill point that you can give to Toni Kroos, because it is the best one to give him the right amount of attributes that are required for a deep-lying playmaker. Next up, we have Patrick Vieira, and Patrick Vieira is a central midfielder, of course. He gets... I don't know why he's getting crossing, but I think it's basic. Every CM boost is getting crossing boost, and although it is not the most necessary one, it's still there. Then he gets the box-to-box skill boost, which gives you acceleration, awareness, short passing, strength, balance, and standing tackle. Everything is really necessary for Patrick Vieira, so I think it's a really good skill point for him. And then we got dribbling. I don't think you want to give dribbling to Patrick Vieira, because Patrick Vieira thrives in a CM or a defensive mid role. You want to play him at the CDM position, and we have the awareness skill point as well, but it is also not going to be the most ideal one, because you're not going to get the most benefit from his attacking positioning from this one. Lastly, we have the physical, and this is where Vieira is going to get the most benefit. He needs the aggression, he needs the strength, he doesn't exactly needs the strength skill boost, but still it's a really good addition. Next up, we have Kevin De Bruyne. Now, Kevin De Bruyne comes with the box-to-box skill points, which is again weird because if you look at his work rates, he has high medium work rates, so he's not exactly a box-to-box midfielder. And if you give him the awareness skill points, I don't think it is going to be the best, but I think you can still get some benefit because he is a CM. Even though he doesn't have high defensive work rates, he can still defend in the midfield. So I think awareness can work with him as well. But if you're giving him a completely offensive role, I think this dribbling skill point is going to be the best bet. But we do have the physical as well. I think physical is going to be the most compatible with most of the players. It gives you aggression, strength, and balance, and that is something that can give benefit to almost every player except for those who have really weak physical. So I don't think it is going to be much of a skill boost for them. And then we got Socrates, and Socrates has the playmaker skill point, which is kind of perfect for him. If he had high work rates, I think box to box would have been great, but I think for high medium work rates, playmaker is going to be absolutely perfect. And if you give him an attacking role, I think dribbling is going to be the best skill point for him. He's going to feel really smooth because normally Socrates cards are not that smooth, so I think he needs that dribbling boost. But if you want to give this guy a deep line playmaker kind of a role, then I think physical can work too. But awareness is not going to be the best skill point for Socrates. And similarly, we've got some attacking positions as well, of course. We've got Chabum Kun, for example. He gets this winger boost, acceleration, crossing, and positioning, and then you get this inverted winger skill point. It gives you ball control, dribbling, sprint speed, very important, finishing, agility, and curve. All of these are very, very good. And lastly, you're gonna have to decide which one of these you want to give him. So he gets dribbling, passing, and the shooting skill point. I think it is going to be a pass for the passing, and you will have to decide what you want to give your winger. I think it is going to be depending on the kind of role you're going to give Chabum Kun in your squad, and the kind of formation you're going to play, and what kind of striker you're playing with. If you're using Chabum Kun as a proper cut inside winger, I think he can get some real benefits from shooting, because long shot and shot power are really important for cutting inside and finesse shots. And if you're giving him a really good attacking role, he can also get some really good benefit from finishing. And the same goes for every attacker that we have. Even let's talk about a striker. If we talk about Van Basten, which is of course not available through the shot system, but he will soon, because I think he's a second week's player which is already released by accident. So if we look at somebody like him, he gets the striker boost. Every striker is going to get this one. You get finishing, shot power, and volley. Now volley is something that is not exactly used that much, so I don't think this is the it's still good. I mean, you do get some volley opportunities too, but I think something else should have been there, like positioning. I think that would have been better. But again, if we look at the secondary skill point, it is going to be poacher. It gives you acceleration, finishing, positioning, reactions, agility, and again volley. He's getting a lots of volley skill points. And then we got dribbling, physical, and header. Now I don't think you have to give heading to your strikers. I think the best one is going to be either physical, or it is going to be the dribbling skill point. It depends on what kind of striker you have. For example, if you're playing with a weaker striker, I don't think physical is going to give you much benefit. I think dribbling is going to be the best one, because it gives you ball control, agility, and dribbling. All of these three things are very important for your striker, so I think dribbling is going to be the best one. If we look at another striker like Ibrahimovic, again he's getting the same skill points, but he gets his secondary skill points are different. He gets the false nine. So false nine gets acceleration, ball control, dribbling, shot passing, positioning, and agility. These are really good as well. And the rest is going to be the same for him, yes. And again, I don't think you have to give header to any of your striker unless you are a certified cross spammer, but physical and dribbling are going to be your best bet. I think dribbling is going to take priority because dribbling matters a lot. Lastly, if we take a look at some defenders, let's see, we don't have many options. Of course, we've got Lucio, and Lucio gets the center back skill points, awareness, marking, standing tackle, everything important. Then he gets the stopper skill point. He gets acceleration, awareness, marking, reactions, balance, and sliding tackle. I think these are really nice. Standing tackle should have been there in my opinion for a stopper, but then you get header, you get physical, and you get the passing. You don't need to give your center backs passing, but physical and header are going to be interesting ones. Heading, balance, and jumping. If you have to look at their base stats as well. If they are really good at jumping and heading, I don't think you want to give any extra skill points in those departments. As you can see, he's got extremely good jumping and heading, so I don't think you would want to give him the heading skill points. I think physical skill points are going to be the better option. It's going to give the balance to, and even though nobody really talks about the balance of the center backs, but it's still very important. You often lose the ball if you're playing with a center back with bad balance, and strength and aggression are automatically going to be a really good skill boost. And if we look at a fullback like Theo Hernandez, he gets awareness, standing tackle, and sliding tackle. These are really good skill points. And he gets the wing back secondary skill point, acceleration, awareness, ball control, crossing, short passing, and sliding tackle. Quite decent. And lastly, you would want to give him physical, dribbling, or crossing. You don't want to give him crossing, you don't want to give him dribbling, you would want to give him physical. I think he's going to be absolutely goated if you give him this physical skill point. And if we look at the goalkeepers, I think goalkeepers are going to be absolutely goated as well, because if you look at this, he gets the goalkeeper skill point, which gives him reactions, goalkeeper diving and jumping. Everything is really important. And sweeper keeper, long passing, short passing, goalkeeper reflexes, reactions, agility, and goalkeeper kicking. So agility and reactions are something that you never really see in a goalkeeper. You don't really talk about these attributes, but they do play a role. And if you come here, you get the goalkeeper passing, which is not something you need. You get the goalkeeper rush, and lastly you get high balls, goalkeeper handling, positioning, and jumping. It can also be a good skill point, especially if you have shorter goalkeepers. Like Alisson is 6'4". He's extremely tall, but in the definition of FC Mobile goalkeeper meta, he's still considered a short goalkeeper. So I think this can be a really good skill point too. But goalkeeper rush is going to be the best one because it gives him acceleration, goalkeeper handling, and goalkeeper positioning. He's gonna have better positioning. And acceleration is going to be a really underrated aspect about goalkeepers, because when you rush your goalkeeper, how fast they go forward and how fast they come back when you turn off the goalkeeper rush matters a lot. So an increment of this much acceleration is going to be extremely exceptional, especially in those 1v1 situations. So this was a little introduction about the new skill points. You might not have a lot of choice in deciding your skill points now, but still you have to decide the final skill point that you're going to give to your players, and it is going to be depending on the player, the formation you're using, and the kind of role that you're going to give to your player. And I have talked some key points about these skill points, and I hope this is going to give you some useful knowledge about how you should be using skill points for your players. But we will keep talking about these things in the future as well, because we all know that the gameplay is kind of buggy right now. We've got so many problems which EA is addressing and looking into, and hopefully once these problems get fixed, we will talk about these new changes more, and with those videos I will see you guys in the next one.